Hello everyone, been a while. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, also welcome. I have a little bit of a better setup now, so hopefully I will be able to start doing pick-a-cards more often. In this reading, we're going to be looking at just what you need to know right now, see where the reading takes us. I'm going to be using Oracle cards, tarot cards, and charm divination. I also will be grabbing some numbers and kind of some intention setting at the beginning of each pile. So timestamps will be in the description, as well as my email if you would like a personal reading. But let's get to the piles. Pile number 1, we have this little owl charm here. Pile number 2, we have this little sea lion little guy. And 3 is actually this little black crescent moon. If you need more time, you can pause the video now. As I said, timestamps will be in the description. Otherwise, I will be going to pile 1. This off to the side. So, pile 1. Before we get into anything, I actually have a new thing that I wanted to start doing of matchbooks. I have an extensive collection of vintage matchbooks, and I've thought a fun way to incorporate them in readings would be to kind of blindly shuffle and pick one and use it to interpret the reading. I'm also going to be burning a piece of paper to help release whatever intention you would like to set. I totally lost my train of words, but I will be burning this paper so that any intention you may set can be released into the universe. I am now going to shuffle these matchbooks. We have the Tuscan Tavern. It's at 632 Metacom Ave, so 632 might be an angel number you might want to look up. For the zip code on it, we also have 02885 with the double 8. That tells me 8 might be important to you right now. 8 talks to me about infinite opportunities. But we also have 0, which could be the Fool, 2, which talks about decisions and partnerships, and 5, which is a turning point. Let's see, on the back, we have it say, we also have the numbers 9 and 2. So 2 again, which was again partnerships and decisions, but also 9, which I take to mean, it can mean manifesting to me, but it can also mean getting towards the end of a cycle. So I'm just going to light this and just focus on what intention you would like, whether it be career, finance, love, whatever it may be. Just focus on your intention, and I'm going to light this and burn this paper for you. Oh. It did not want to light the paper. Okay. So that tells me something right off the bat. And I don't think it's just that I folded it too tightly. Right off the bat, that tells me that you might be apprehensive about something. Like you saw the, it did not want to spark at first. And after it did spark, it went out quite quickly. So you might be feeling very unenthused about something right now. Or cautious. There we go. Did not mean to knock my soda light tower over. Okay. That was interesting. Okay. So once it did catch, it did go up quite easily. So I'm going to interpret that as getting started in whatever, I feel like there's something new for you right now, and getting started might be kind of tough, but as you can see, it's still burning. So getting started right now might be tough, but I can see that once you start, it's going to go quite easily. So getting into your cards, we have, or getting into the main reading. First, you picked the owl charm. Now, owls symbolize intuition, inner knowing, and kind of seeing through the bullshit. So whatever this situation is over here that you're kind of apprehensive about might require you to see through some things. Your card from the Halloween Oracle is the Vampire Emotional Intelligence. So whatever the situation is, it might be something involving friends, family, even co-workers, but whatever it is quite emotionally charged. I'm getting kind of a feeling that people might have been ignoring you or not taking you seriously. And you've kind of finally had enough with that. I'm going to pick from the Zombie Tarot to get some more information about this. Let's see, what do we have for pile number 1, Spirit? So first we have the 6 of Hazards with the 8 of Hazards. Hazards, of course, in this deck being Pentacles. What else can you tell me, Spirit? Oh, on the floor. And then together you have the 4 of Wands, the 7 of Hazards, and the Star. So I was already kind of picking this up from the first card, but this kind of confirms it with having 3 of the 5 cards on my table being Pentacles, Hazards. This does probably have to do with a workplace situation or something involving where you get your money. So 6 of Hazards over here, it can talk about 6 of Pentacles can talk about being generous and like having all you need sometimes, but in this deck I more take it to mean strings attached gifts. Like he's literally luring the zombie with a piece of steak on a string. So it might be there might be a situation soon that is going to require you to kind of see through something. Like someone might give you an offer of maybe like a raise or a corner office or something, and it's very strings attached. Like they're offering you this, but it's with the intent that when they need something, you're going to give it back. So this is kind of saying like, look out right now for offers you may be given, because there's something kind of sneaky going on. We also have this 8 of Hazards here, and 8 of Hazards asks you to kind of think outside the pressurized tank, as the book for this one says. Even with this offer, you might need to think outside the box for a different opportunity. I'm kind of getting the feeling that there's this opportunity that might be coming and you're like, oh, well, if I don't take this, I'm never going to get where I want to go. But this is saying that's not the right opportunity for you. You have all you need. You have the idea already. You just need to actually realize it, kind of thing. And then I got the kind of feeling that I needed to separate these two. So this is on one side of it. Then you have this emotional intelligence coming into play, where it's kind of needing to think your emotions through. Like the way you might initially feel about something might not be how you really would in the long run. But after this is separated by some emotional intelligence over here, we have the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands talks about celebration. It can also talk about stability, specifically to me, as well as marriage. You also have the 7 of Hazards, which I want to look at the keywords for this deck for the 7 of Hazards. 7 of Hazards. Okay, yeah, patience. The test subjects are improving and your persistence will soon pay off. This current endeavor is still in progress, but you're pleased with the results so far. The only thing left to do is wait. and keep the doors bolted. Through careful planning, you'll soon reach light at the end of the tunnel, which is confirmed by it being followed by the star. So what I'm kind of getting here is this 7 of hazards relates to this 8 of hazards, right? In that it's kind of saying this idea you have might not seem certain to you right now, but if you're patient and give it time, it will be the star. It will be the ideal outcome for you. I'm going to pick from, let's see what pop. Okay. I'm actually going to grab my Bob Ross deck. Let's see if it has any words of advice for us here. Anything for pile 1 here? Okay. So just let your imagination go. You can create all kinds of beautiful effects just that easy. So this is also the Queen of Wands, and Wands is creation, and also because we have the feminine energy here, I usually see the Queen of Wands as someone who is very creative, who kind of, they're the artist type. They're the ones that kind of approach every project in a eccentric way, almost like it could be the most simple task, and they might overcomplicate it, but the end result is always something astounding. So with this, between these two here, it's kind of telling me as a confirmation that you really do need to use your creative energy with trying to solve this problem that this 6 of hazards is presenting you with. I want to pick from my Corona Tarot. Let's see what it has to say for pile number 1. I already have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Running out of room. Okay. So we have the Queen of Cups with lust and the 3 of Cups. Okay. So what's interesting to me here is that we did have 4 of Wands come out, which is, as I said, a marriage card. And this came out with lust. And we did have the thing about emotional intelligence and kind of seeing through the bullshit. And even though we have pentacles here, it might be that I'm seeing a situation for some of you where it might be a partner is cheating, but you're apprehensive of leaving because they're your main source of financial stability with this lust here. For others of you, I am seeing that this is still a work situation where it's this, I'm going to say lust because it's just this very deep desire for something more that's not being fulfilled by where you currently are in your career. However, this lust card is surrounded by the Queen of Cups and the 3 of Cups, both of which talk about emotional fulfillment. 3 of Cups is, again, that's kind of a partnership card, and the Queen of Cups is someone who is very emotional, but they kind of have those emotions in check. So that makes sense with the emotional intelligence card of maybe there's a situation that's going to arise that's going to elicit a lot of emotions, and this is just saying, just make sure you keep it under control. I'm not getting too much more for you guys, pile number 1. This is kind of short. I'm going to grab a number for you. I'm just going to roll this d20, see what we can get. 13. So 13 is actually a really lucky number. And it also reduces down to 4. And again, 4 is the number of stability. So it might be that stability is super on your mind right now. And I take that as a confirmation that stability will reach you. The last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to grab some charms. So let's see what we have. We have this little blue charm, and I take that to be representative of the throat chakra. So it might be that with this emotional intelligence, it might be that there's something you need to say to someone. You may have not been expressing some truth within yourself to someone, and that is causing this kind of conflict right here. And that's just kind of a confirmation that you need to express it. Okay, so here we have a sunflower charm stuck onto this arrow charm. I'm just going to separate them, but this arrow talks about headed in a certain direction, but when it fell, it was facing a little bit like that, right? So I'm taking that to mean you're not currently facing your true north. However, throwing things. This sunflower charm kind of resonates with the star card here of you need to keep your trajectory towards something that means a lot to you and something that brings you joy. I'm getting that you guys might be trying to manifest something right now. Make sure if you're trying to manifest something that it really is something that brings you joy, because if it's not something that brings you joy, you're not really going to manifest much of anything. We have this little charm, which I know it has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that makes sense. I saw it kind of as a 3 of wands, but it is actually 4, or no, it is 4 little spikies here, which is interesting because we actually had the 4 of wands card. So this is just a confirmation about that card, about the stability that you might be seeking. We have this little charm that is several crescent moons with several orange charms. That speaks to me both about the second chakra and about karma and rule of 3, being that all the things on this charm appear in 3s. However, it also speaks to me again with this moon energy about something being hidden, specifically something karmically. So it might be that there's some shadow work needed to figure out what is being hidden from you right now. That also makes sense with this charm, which I usually associate with the crown chakra. It also has these 5 spikes, and 5s do talk about change. Finally, we have your story starts here. So that confirms again the fact that you might be starting a new path. It might even be a new relationship with the kinky on the back. I actually had found this charm on the ground one day when I was going through some stuff, and I'm looking at the inside, and it looks like there's the number 17, says DAP, and then it looks like the word tavern. I don't know. You might actually be meeting someone at a bar then, especially if she's holding this drink here. I'm gonna pick another card because this reading was very unclear to me. It was a lot of confusing energy, honestly. Just gonna see if there's any advice from Spirit for you. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. That's actually my Night Vale deck, and I did make my own little book for this deck, and it has quotes for each card, so I'm going to see what it is for this one. A friendly desert community where the sun is hot, the moon is beautiful, and mysterious lights pass overhead while we all lay open-eyed watching it all. So I'm getting that this situation might be causing you sleepless nights, but also there's this sense of mystery, right? The imagery on this card is from the Whispering Forest, which is a character in the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, that is a sentient forest that when it compliments you, if you accept the compliment, you become one of the trees in the forest. But it was in reverse. So I'm getting that there's a sense of not belonging and discontentment as well. However, I'm getting that the answers have to come from within here, and there's not much more that Spirit is going to tell me on the subject. So I will close your reading here. I hope it resonated for you. Please like and leave a comment if it did, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2. If you chose the Seal Charm, this is your reading. So to start off your reading, we're going to do some intention setting. I actually have a large collection of vintage matchbooks, and I've decided a fun way to incorporate them in the readings is to just kind of blindly shuffle some in this box I have here, and then use whatever matchbox comes out to try and help get some clarity. I also have this piece of paper that I'm going to burn, so just pick an intention, something you want to bring into your life, something you want to manifest maybe, and as I burn that piece of paper, it will release that intention into the universe. So let me just shuffle this box. Okay, matchbook we got. It's this golden one. So just the color being gold does tell me that this could have to do with finances. It could have to do, you could be looking for insight into prosperity. But this is actually a matchbook from a 50th wedding anniversary. The dates on here are 1937 and 1987. June 26th. And their names on here are Arthur and Mary, so you might have spirit guides or past loved ones who those are their names. Also June 26th or the years 1937 or 1987 might have meaning for you. Also the fact that there's a 5, 5s talk about change. So let us see what, oh. Okay. See, this happens sometimes. The matchbooks are kind of old, so sometimes they don't light on their own. So I did, in case this happened, bring an extra lighter. Sorry about that. The lighter got stuck. So the fact that this didn't want to light, pile 1 actually had a similar issue. But I kind of take that to mean something's kind of being held back right now. There's a kind of apprehension or an inability to start something. So just send out your intention as the paper burns. Oh, didn't even catch the paper. There we go. So that actually kind of tells me you might need someone's help right now with something, because I had to physically move the paper for that to catch on fire at all. And it's only burning about halfway through. It's having trouble completely burning. So I'm getting that you might need help with something right now, or an endeavor is a little bit more difficult than you thought it might be when you first started out on it. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Sorry about my neighbors. So the charm you had was this little, I'm going to take it as seal. So what I get from this is honestly a kind of need to weather it. Typically you think about them in colder environments, but also I kind of am getting the sense of like going with the flow, right? Like they live their lives in the water. So I'm getting that there's a need to go with the flow with that. Yeah, and your paper did not completely burn. So I'm getting that there might be some additional steps you need to take right now before something can completely come to fruition. Card you got was Control. So this, as I was saying, the step you might need to take actually could be relinquishing control of a certain situation to the universe. You might be trying too hard to control something, and Spirit is saying that's not yours. You need to kind of let it go right now. So I'm going to take from my zombie deck next. Spirit, what does pile 2 need to know right now? Again, I just feel a reluctance from the cards. It's very similar energy to pile 1, so it could be that you chose both piles or you felt drawn to both piles. I'm going to go with... Yeah, okay, I'm getting that this might be for, you might have chosen the first pile as well, because these 2 cards came out for the first pile. We have the Star and the 7 of Hazards. As I said for the first pile, the Star talks about like a happy ending, and the 7 of Hazards is about patience as you're waiting for something to come to fruition. So this is kind of saying what you want will happen. You just need to be patient. Spirit, can I get anything? Okay, they want me to use a different deck. Okay. Spirit, can I get some more information for pile number 2? Two of Cups. Anything else, Spirit? Pile number 2. Okay. Okay, interesting. I'm actually going to put that like that. So you had the 2 of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So that is some super nice energy. I'm going to look at, this is my Night Vale Tarot deck. It's the first Night Vale Tarot deck. I actually have both. I made a little booklet for myself for these decks. And each card has a quote I chose for it. So I'm going to go look at what the quotes are. So 2 of Cups, my quote I chose was mountains, endless mountains, peak after barren peak, and what lies restless in the shadowed valleys? I cannot say, I cannot say. And this card is actually picturing the first date that the characters Cecil and Carlos go on. So it might be that you're starting a new partnership, but I'm also getting that it's the start of a long journey, right? Because it's talking about mountains and valleys. This is going to also talk about a partnership that's kind of turbulent, right? It's almost like a roller coaster. But I'm getting more that it's just going to be long-term because we have the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is, just as the 2 of Cups is about relationships and partnerships, 10 of Pentacles is about kind of earthly fulfillment, right? Excuse me. The quote I have is, "It is almost complete. It is almost complete at last." And the picture on this card is for History Week, which is in Night Vale when they choose a piece of history to rewrite and teach the populace. Kind of a commentary on current state of the world, but I'm getting that there is some kind of abundance waiting for you within this relationship, but it might ask you to kind of sacrifice some things, right? Sacrifice some truths. And again, since this is from pile 1, I'm really going to suggest if you chose this pile that you also listen to pile 1. There was a charm that came out in the first pile talking about the throat chakra. So I'm getting that although there's this 10 of Pentacles awaiting for you with this partnership, I'm getting that you should choose this Ace of Wands instead. Ace of Wands is about creation, and I'm pretty sure that is also the lighthouse, if I am not mistaken. Yep, it's the lighthouse. And the quote for the Ace of Wands is, "Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a cloud, it's a moon, also some stars. There are so many things in the sky." So a couple things that make this part of the reading quite interesting to me. So we have the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is on a mountain, and in Night Vale it's illegal to acknowledge mountains. However, I forget which quote it was from one of these, but it talked about mountains, right? So it's almost like you have it. Okay, so Two of Cups, 2 is also talk about choices. So I feel like there's going to be some kind of choice you have to make in a partnership between easily getting everything you want right here, but having to sacrifice something that you may believe in to get it, or striking out on your own with this new idea and endeavor and announcing your truths to the world. Want some more information on that? When you have decks everywhere, you never know where you put them. Spirit, can I get some more information for group 2 about this situation over here? They're telling me I'm using the wrong deck. Okay. Going to grab... That's still the wrong deck. This is actually the second Night Vale deck I'm going to grab. This deck I do read reversals in, so... Spirit, some clarification for group 2 on what this decision is. 7 of Cups. That talks about having like so many options that you're kind of conflicted about what to do. Let me see what the quote I have for that one is. At last we are alone. At last we are all of us alone together. At last, every human alone together on this earth. So I'm getting almost that like the decision you have to make has to do with finding your place in the world, finding where you as an individual belong in this reality and accepting that as your path. Let me get, I'm gonna grab from my Bob Ross deck actually. Oh. No, I'm just throwing things. Okay. So Spirit, can I get some more clarification for group 2? This decision that they need to make. 2 of Wands. Let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day. Wow. I'm having trouble speaking, so again that talks about your throat chakra and needing to speak the truth. But as I said over here, with the 2 of Wands, this is about creating something. You have the Ace of Wands and you have the 2 of Wands. So you have this opportunity for a progression in something and something brand new. I want more information. I'm trying to figure out what deck I want to grab from. I think I'm going to go with the Primrose and Prose deck, actually. So Spirit, anything else for group 2? Anything else for group 2, Spirit? We have Flight. Now, it's kind of hard to see the picture on this card because of how glossy it is. It's very shiny, but it's a rabbit that has wings and a tail. And there's mushrooms. So, let me see. There's a little poem that goes with each of these. The card in general talks about obviously flight, immortality, things being uncontrollable, and vigor. And the poem here is, I had a dream that I grew rings. Death could not reach my strings. I soared above the puppet master. The universe embraced me even faster, or ever faster. So I actually feel like this is talking about how I just said about choosing your own path. It feels like you're kind of being trapped into some kind of convention, right? Some kind of tradition, and Spirit is saying it's really your time to break away from that. It's your time to set out on your own path. Don't worry about what people have done before. It's your turn. I'm going to grab some numbers for you from this D20. Let's see what we got. We got 11. Okay, so 11 is actually one of my personal favorite numbers. It is a master number. Fun fact about me, I was born at 11:11 a.m., so this is kind of what I take to be my life path number. But 11 to me is just a lucky number. It also goes down to the number 2. It can talk about manifesting, but again with the 2, it can talk about partnerships and decisions. As always, feel free to do more research on the numbers on your own. I don't like giving too much information on numerology. One, because I'm somewhat new to it, but also different resources will give you different meanings, and I would prefer you find a resource that resonates with you. I'm now going to grab some charms from this charm box. We got a couple there. Okay. So we got this charm. So it might be some kind of relationship for you, especially with this charm that did also come out for pile 1. It does say kinky on the back. But this charm says your story starts here. So I am getting that this does have to do with a new endeavor for you, possibly involving a romantic relationship, or at least one that has some kind of sexual energy to it. We have this little red rose. Red does talk about your root chakra, so a need to remain grounded. But also, since it is a flower, it does talk about growth and blossoming. We do have more flowers here, a pink one and a yellow one. I always take this charm to mean the need to continue growing, that your journey's not over yet, but also need to balance energies. We also have this octopus here. It does have green eyes. Green talks about the heart chakra, but also one of his tentacles is broken. So although it should be 8, which is the number of, I take it to be the number of infinite opportunities, although it should be that, it's now down to 7. So it's kind of talking about something being incomplete for you right now. I'm going to grab one or two more cards from the Corona Tarot just for a little bit more clarity. So, Spirit, any last things for group 2 here? Okay. We have the 6 of Cups. Honestly, what I'm drawn to with this card is this little spiral in the middle. And so I'm honestly feeling like, again, this is a cycle that is ending for you. I feel that there is some healing needed to complete this cycle, but it is reaching its end for you. That is all I have for you, group 2. I really hope it resonated. If it did, please leave a like and a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, hello, pile number 3. If you chose this little moon, this is your reading. Welcome. So to start your reading, I have started doing a kind of new thing. I have a large collection of vintage matchbooks, and I'm going to start in the beginning of my readings burning a match from a randomly chosen matchbook to burning a piece of paper with it. Sorry, I'm having so much trouble talking. I feel that a message for all 3 piles today was something about the throat chakra, but anyway, burning this piece of paper with a randomly chosen matchbook to release your intention, but also to try and get some more messages for the reading. First, I did want to say that with your pile, as I was writing what I wanted to on this piece of paper, I was having trouble writing. So again, that is even more confirmation for me that some issue with communicating for you right now. So I am going to just quickly shuffle these matches. Okay. So this matchbook is See Your Future in Auto Mechanics. It could be that you're contemplating a career change. This could also be representative of a spirit guide I'm getting. I'm honestly getting a fatherly or grandfatherly vibe, maybe even an uncle, just a male relative to you who's already passed. Let's see what else it says. Number on the top would be 365. That's an angel number you might want to look up for yourself. As I've said in the other piles, I do not give too much information on numerology or angel numbers because different resources have different information, and I find it best that you use a resource that resonates with you. Let's see what else is on here. So the back reads, approved course in auto mechanics. There is a great career in America's #1 industry for every qualified mechanic and body repairman day and evening courses. Approved for veterans. Also, the other numbers on the back are 331 and 3008. There's a lot of threes here. Every single number on this pack has started with the number 3. So I'm getting that the number 3, first off, is going to be very significant for you right now. But I am also getting that karma is having a big play right now. Again, I am definitely getting that this is a past loved one trying to communicate with you, especially with the thing about veterans. Let me light this for you. Haha, knew that was going to happen. Half these matchbooks don't light anymore because the cardboard is so old, so I do have a backup lighter. Oh, let's go. Oh, completely missed the paper. Okay, so this also happened in the first 2 piles. I'm getting that there is kind of a reluctance to start something right now. Or a reluctance to, I'm actually seeing to see something through. If I can, oh yeah, it's not lighting. Okay, I'm just gonna light it with this then. Wow, you see this, right guys? Suddenly nothing is lighting. Whew. If that ain't a sign, I don't know what is. Well, I'm determined to get you guys to have your intention set out with burning this piece of paper. So I'm just going to grab a random other matchbook to try and light this. But this does definitely tell me that there are some major blockages in your way right now. Oh, yo, you guys, you see this? This is now the 4th way I've tried to burn that, and it is not lighting. Oh, goodness glory. There we go. Okay, There we go. Got delayed. We're good. But I am going to say definitely that does tell me that there is, I feel that you are very stressed by this situation. It's almost like you're being told that you need to follow something through, and it's something that you don't really want to follow through, or there's something else you'd rather be doing. I'm getting that if you do follow what you'd rather be doing, there is a strong finish for you, but it's up to you to make those decisions. So now to get into the main part of the reading after that interesting start. So first of all, your charm was this black crescent moon. Now, the phrase that came into my head when I first picked up this charm was from a Grateful Dead song, Terrapin Station, A Brand New Crescent Moon. Or is that the lyric? Anyway, it's towards the end of the song. But the thing that tells me here, so I don't know if you would necessarily know the song, but it's about a storyteller he's telling this story about this lady with a fan and a sailor and a soldier in a lion's den, but he never tells them the ending. I'm going to quote part of the end of the song for you. While you were gone, space is filled with darkness. The obvious was hidden. With nothing to believe in, the compass always points to Terrapin. And honestly, I don't know why I keep being drawn to this matchbook. I feel like you are having a lack of faith right now, almost like you are in a very dark period. And I'm getting definitely that a spirit guide is wanting to communicate. This message is coming from a spirit guide. They're the one who wants to communicate with you right now, because I'm getting the sense of a male figure wanting to tell you, don't give up your dreams just for the sake of practicality. Let's see what your Halloween oracle has to say. We have Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. So again, that acceptance that I was just talking about, you need to accept the path that is right for you and stop trying to take other paths that might be more conventional or easier, just because it's what's expected. You are not the norm as far as humans go, and you need to not treat yourself as such, because trying to fit yourself into this tiny little box is just going to continue to make you feel more and more insane. I'm going to start with this zombie tarot deck. Spirit, if you can give me anything for pile number 3. Any information for pile number 3. Anything they need to hear right now. King of Cups. Okay. That kind of resonates with the sense I was getting from the matchbook. I'm just getting with that King of Cups more ancestral vibes from it. Someone, I'm getting you were close with them. Okay. I'm getting told to put this right here, so I will. 2 of Swords. So again, there's a decision that needs to be made that you're not making it for one reason or another. Like, there's a very obvious right, more 2s, 2 of Wands. Again, decisions. I don't read this deck in reverse. And 5 of Swords. So it might be the reason that you're so stuck on making this decision is there is a major struggle going on, whether it's between you and another person or just between you and yourself about what the right decision is. There is a major argument going on about which way you need to go with this decision, and you are just stuck. Let me get one more card from this deck, Spirit. Okay, I actually got 3 right there. I'm just gonna take it. And so, okay, interesting. You have the Emperor with the Devil and the 3 of Wands. Again, the Emperor again talks about this this figure. I don't know who it is, and I don't know why they are wanting to be so, they want to honestly be the focus of this reading. So it might be this is someone a past loved one who you work with a lot, or someone who just recently passed even. But they're warning you about a situation. The Devil card talks about, it usually talks about addictions and just things that are bad for us, right? Like even in the card, it's depicted as a TV. But I think he's trying to warn you here that don't get caught up in your vices, because with the Three of Wands here, Three of Wands talks to me about bringing ideas to fruition and teamwork. So I think they're trying to tell you that you need to not get caught up in whatever this negative habit or addiction is, because there are people who want to work with you with whatever this dream is you want to bring to fruition. You just need to seek them out. You don't even need to seek them out. You just need to allow them to come to you by stopping your denial that this is the path you should take. This is interesting. This card also came out for the first pile. Eight of Hazards. Think outside the pressurized tank. There is another solution to this that you're not seeing. I feel like you're stuck because, oh, well, if I make this one decision, it's going to upset this person. Or if I make this decision instead, this is why it would go wrong. There's another solution besides the ones you're offering yourself, and you just need to realize that it's there in order to take it. And we have finally the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, I'm getting, might even be you right now. Queen of Swords is someone who's experienced a loss, and it's just made her that much tougher, that much stronger, that much more ready to face the world. And I'm getting that whatever you're meant to be doing right now, it must be. I wanted to say might, but I said must, so it must be tied to this male figure who has passed that you were close with. Maybe the reason you're not taking up this endeavor is because of them, because it reminds you too much of them or something, but they're saying, no, that is the right path and you do need to go down it. I am going to take from the Primrose and Prose Oracle next. Spirit, anything else for group 3? Okay. We have Solace. This card is actually kind of hard to see because of the gleam, but it's a cat. It's a black cat with mushrooms. Let me see what the little poem for Solace is. The adjectives for this card are foreboding, sacred, and soft. And the poem is: a hallowed night of empty streets, lit under a silver eye deep in the alley's niche. Sharp teeth silhouetted in autumn colors, her mouth warm like the touch of a lover. So, I'm getting that there's something very exciting for you, honestly, but it's so new that it scares you. There's something that could be a great opportunity, but it's so different from anything you've done before that you're scared to take. You're scared to take it as a chance. I could actually use my Bob Ross deck for a little bit. Spirit, anything? Oh, for pile 3. Anything else? Okay. We have the Four of Cups. You know me. Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely someone that you did know, a past loved one. Okay, you know me. I think there ought to be a big old tree right about there, and let's give him a friend. Everybody needs a friend. So again, with that Three of Wands that came out, there's people willing to work with you right now that maybe you're not noticing just because everything's so tough. Then you have the King of Wands. Anything we don't like will turn into a happy little tree or something. That's telling me basically you manifest your own reality. Wands are about manifestation and creation, and the king is the head of the suit. So I'm getting that any of these negative energies around you, you have the power to transform into something positive that works for you, but you need to seek out the ability to do that. You have it within you. You just need to seek it out. Finally, we have the Three of Cups, which again talks to the working together of what everybody needs a friend. Three of Cups, we just show you how, but you make the decision. When you have this much power, you have to make big decisions. Again, there is a big life change, a big decision you have to make. And yes, there are friends that can help you through it, but the decision comes down to you. They can't make the decision for you. They can only help you through the decision. This pile definitely has the most energy out of all the piles today. I'm going to grab some cards from this Corona Tarot deck, see what I can find for group 3, Spirit. Anything else? Five of Discs with Fortune. Okay. So I'm getting that part of what might be holding you back from making this decision officially is finances. Five of Discs, that's kind of being destitute. It's, you really don't got much. I feel that, fam. But Spirit's saying you need to trust that fortune will work in your favor. I know the Fortune card is kind of scary in this deck, and it does remind us that fortune can go either way, but I'm really getting that it comes down to your choices, right? Because, not to get too political real quick, but this is the COVID deck. Easiest way to avoid catching COVID is to not be around people. So again, comes down to choices. And there are things out of our control, but I'm getting Spirit is saying that you are allowing more things to be out of control than actually are out of your control right now with this situation that you're not making a decision on. I'm going to grab from the second Night Vale Tarot deck. I do read reversals in this deck. We have Ten of Swords reversed. I could get a couple more cards. And they deliver. And then we have the World reversed. And the Five of Cups upright. Okay. So I do have a book I had put together for my Night Vale decks with quotes. So let me just grab the quotes for each of these cards. Ten of Swords. The quote I have is, "The sun is actually cold. It's cold and empty and all is lost." So I'm getting that's how you might be feeling right now. However, the Ten of Swords reversed talks about healing from these old wounds. And I'm getting a kind of duality right here where if you choose to heal, I'm reading the Five of Cups differently also. Let me just say that off the bat. Usually Five of Cups is talking about focusing on the negative, but I'm kind of reading this card differently. Yes, they're facing the cups that are knocked over, but I'm getting more that they're walking away from the entire situation here to something else. So I'm getting that if you can work on your healing, work on your shadow side and whatever you need to work through to make this decision and move on, you have opportunities. However, if you choose to stay stuck, not everything's going to go the way you want it to with the World in reverse. Let me get you the quote for the World. If we had to shut down the town for every mysterious event that at least one death could be attributed to, we'd never have time to do anything, right? So I'm getting that it's like, you've been getting signs and signals about various things, but you kind of have this mindset, well, oh, if I stopped for everything, that seemed a little bit off. I'd never get anything done, right? Well, no. You're getting these pings from your intuition because something's not right and you need to put it right. But if you keep ignoring it, it will never be right. Let me get you that quote for the Five of Cups. Just wanted to say real quick with my comment about from the Fortune. I know not everyone has the option to not go out with COVID, and I know that might have come off insensitively. That was mostly a channeled message, and I did not have time to censor it, so my apologies for that. I myself have been having issues with my throat chakra recently. 5 of Cups, my quote is, "It is autumn and nature is vanishing. It is autumn and nature is beautiful." So what I'm getting is that there is some kind of, because autumn is death, and autumn is I take autumn to be part of the end of a cycle. So there is a cycle ending here that you're not necessarily wanting to give into the end of. Some cycle is trying to come to a close in your life, but you're still holding on. You're still holding on. You won't let go. But if you don't let go, your world's going to be upside down, right? I think I'm going to go with your numbers next. I'm just going to roll a d20 and see what we can get. 11 again. Group 2 also had 11. 11 is a master number. It's one of my personal favorite numbers, as I did say in group 2 as well. I was born at 11 a.m., so it's a very lucky number for me in particular. However, I also did take it to talk about manifestation. Also, it reduces down to 2, which is about decisions and partnerships. I'm going to get some charms for you now. Interesting. Okay. This bottle cap came out for every single pile today, which is quite interesting. I have a significant number of charms in here, and yet this one came out all 3 times. It does say kinky on the back, so this could have to do with some kind of sexual partner, but the other side of it does say your story starts here, and it has the number 17 and DAP, and it looks like there's this weird scratch at the bottom that looks like a different word every time I see it, and right now it looks like the word yes. So if you had a yes or no question, yes is going to be your answer. We also have these bells. So I take these bells to refer to a couple things. This could be Saturnalia or the Christmas season, as it's more commonly known, but also celebration. Also listening for signs. Spirit might be giving you signs. Not even spirit. This ancestor who keeps trying to reach out to you. They might be giving you signs via songs that pop on the radio. But they're saying you haven't been listening. You haven't been listening. So really keep an ear out for signs that you may be getting. We also have, again, this, I think I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, the blue charm that came out for pile number 1, which is actually, this is the one that came out for pile number 1. But for you, you have another blue charm, and this is a blue flower with 8 petals. And 8 is, again, the number of infinite possibilities. So if you can work on speaking your truth here and realigning your throat chakra, a lot of things are open to you. This one came out in group 2. Roses are red. Well, this rose is red. And red talks about the root chakra. So there's a need to remain grounded right now. You might not be very grounded due to this stress, but Spirit's saying you need to remain grounded in the decisions you make. Also, that there is potential for growth, being that it is a flower. We also have this heart, which is again showing the color blue. So I'm getting that what you're not speaking the truth about does have to do with matters of the heart. Something very emotional for you that you are not speaking your truth on. That Spirit is really advising you to give your true feelings about. I'm going to end your reading here. I really hope this resonated for you. If it did, please give a like and a comment, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everyone.